guys. Good evening. Good evening. It's Shalom. I'm trying to be a little quieter tonight. My son is asleep here on the bed. Oh, wow. Summer is over. Tonight is the last real night of summer with my girls. And the day after tomorrow, they return to school. Tomorrow night, the routine begins again. Bedtimes, uniforms, homework. Sorry, I don't know what just popped up. Why is this opening up? Sorry, I'm trying to figure something out. I don't know why it keeps opening. All right. Anyway, tomorrow night begins the routine. Let me say the studying, the alarms in the morning, the going to bed on time, that structured get in line part of life. And there's a lot of parents, some parents, that are ready for the quiet. And I understand that. But I'm not good at being ready for quiet. I'm going to miss this noise. I'll miss them shouting over the television. I'll miss the loud TV. If I think about it, I'm going to miss this stuff. Going to miss them running through the house. I'm going to miss them asking for food every 5 minutes, like the kitchen's a revolving door. I'm going to miss staying up late with them. And me late's like 9, 10 o'clock. Gosh. I miss the laughter. You know what? I'm even going to miss the mess, them making the mess of everything. When the house gets quiet, like right now, it's 11:30 at night. I let them stay up late watching a movie. They watch Ratatouille. And we put it on the big screen on the wall as their last big night of summer. And everybody just laid down. I don't know if you guys tuned in earlier, but I had a live going earlier that Mav came in and very graciously disrupted. So I'm trying to be a little quieter right now. Hopefully the mic's picking up. But now that the house is quiet and I'm reflecting on the summer, I'm asking myself questions. Like, was this summer fun enough? Was I present enough? Did I yell too much? A big question for me is, did I compliment them more than criticize them or correct them? Did I help create confidence in them or give them reasons just to hesitate? And the big question for me is, did we make memories that they'll carry for their life? Did we make core memories that they'll look back and remember that summer before third grade? Now, kids are going to grow, whether we're ready or not. And our responsibility as parents, my responsibility as their parent, is to grow with them. And that's something I've always vowed to do. I remember when they went to kindergarten, I couldn't stop from crying when I thought about it. You know, my girls were growing up, they were leaving my nest. Like, they were with me from day one. I don't want to talk too much about that because I'm going to start crying about that. And I've literally got something in my eye right now. I'm not crying about it. I remember when they went into school, I broke down in front of the administrators, in front of one of the administrators. Fear, hesitation of my own. Um, Parenting is about growing with them. Parenting isn't only about keeping children alive, fed, clothed, and on a schedule. We are helping build the people that we eventually become. I don't just tell them what bravery is. I want to show them. We show them. as parents. We show them bravery can look like admitting when you're wrong, apologizing without an excuse added to it, trying something new. I was talking to Abby today. She was on the swing, flying high. And I thought to myself, I'm like, how is she doing this without being afraid? And I kind of patted myself on the back a little bit because not only is she brave, but I've never held her back. We as parents have encouraged her to try new things, to trust that when I say it's okay, it's going to be okay. I want them to try things that they might fail at. I want them to stand up for people that are being mistreated. I don't want them to be afraid of asking for help when they need it. And the major thing I want them to do is be honest when dishonesty is easier. And courage. Courage is different than bravery. Courage is the absence of fear. Courage is letting our children see that fear doesn't have to make every decision. Empathy is a big one. Empathy isn't saying be nice to each other, be nice to your siblings, be nice to your friends, treat people with respect. It's showing them what empathy means. Children will listen and then not. They will hear everything. Everything you don't want them to hear. But you know what they'll do even more is they'll do exactly what you do. Empathy means listening before deciding whether their feelings make sense to us. Putting yourself in their shoes. Trying to understand what something feels like from their side. Saying things like, I understand and see why that hurt you, what I did. Sitting in someone else's pain without immediately trying to fix it. Just sitting with it. Not even saying I understand. Just sitting with them. Taking feelings honestly. Seriously. Even when the situation seems too small for us, taking those feelings seriously is important. It's very important. I think about empathy, to me, means to correct them when I have to, without humiliating them. So that time comes that they can tell somebody, you know what, this is just the way I would do. Instead of something like, you're an idiot. Children learn empathy not by experiencing it. If we dismiss their feelings, they learn to dismiss other people's feelings. Doesn't mean children always get what they want. Empathy is understanding the feeling, not surrendering every boundary. Children need to know boundaries. I understand that you're angry, but there's no other option. The answer is still no. They can exist in the same sentence, and that's difficult. That's hard to find that balance. There's a difference between building a child and constantly criticizing them. Criticism says, what is wrong with you? What is wrong? There's nothing wrong with anybody. Everybody's different, has qualities, has defects. They might lack in one area, they build in another one. Guidance says the choice wasn't okay, but let's figure out how we can do better. Let's figure out how tomorrow can be better than today. How your next choice can be one that'll put you further forward rather than further behind. Criticism attacks their identity. Healthy correction addresses their behavior. These are things that I've learned to grow with as I've tried to teach them. Complimenting and building children can look like, I noticed how hard you worked. That was really kind of you. I'm proud of you. You were nervous, but you tried anyway. You may not have done the best that you could. You may not have done the best in the world, but you did the best that you could. Thank you for telling me the truth. Thank you for not lying to me when it was easier. Nothing's just like you have a good mind. With things like, I love the way your mind works. And when they try again, tell them that they did better than the last time. Let them know the quality comes in many different forms. There's another one too that children often get wrapped up in because we try to be perfect parents. We want perfect behavior out of our children too, a lot. We don't want them screaming. We don't want them yelling. We don't want them to curse. We don't want them to fall short on things we expect. But one thing we do need to tell them is that they don't have to be perfect for us to be proud of them. You need to praise them, not constantly criticize. Some people say children need discipline. Discipline comes in many forms. Discipline and praise comes in different forms like honesty, kindness, persistence, growth, not only grades, trophies, appearance, and winning. Discipline's shown in a lot of ways: self respect, respect for others, structure, environment. Yes, children need correction, but correction should give them a path forward. If all they hear is what they did wrong, eventually they stop believing they can do anything right. Before correcting or redirecting, ask yourself, is this dangerous? Is it disrespectful? Does it truly require intervention? Or am I reacting because I'm tired, overstimulated, or inconvenienced? Those things happen to me. Tired, overstimulated, and inconvenient. And I tell them that. Maybe not as often as I should, but I don't mind telling them I'm overstimulated, overtouched. Dad needs a minute. And when I feel that way, I need to take that minute. One thing that I like to express right before bed, because I co-sleep with my kids. Even if I'm having a hard time getting them to bed and I end up yelling, right before they go to sleep, I tell them how much I love them. And I want them to know one thing before they go to bed. I want them to know more of what they did right that day than what they did wrong. And they should know what they did right. They should be able to agree or disagree. Our children are always becoming. Our children are always growing. So are we. We're not perfect. Gosh, we're not perfect. A lot of this is fake it till you make it. We've never been parents before. You know what? They've never been kids before. They're learning just as much as we are. And they teach us things. More often than not, I'm learning from them. One thing they teach me constantly is kindness. Responding to the person I love rather than reacting to the person I am. The goal is not to give them a flawless parent. Perfection is a myth. It's unobtainable. The goal is to give them a parent who keeps growing, owns mistakes, repairs what the damage is, and continues to show up. To show up. That's the secret. Just continue to show up. Be there. In mind, body, and in spirit. Be there. Show them what showing up means. Because one day, way down the road, after they've dismissed you out of their life, after they've cursed the very ground you walk on, they're going to remember whether you showed up or not. And you can lie to the world. Hell, you can lie to yourself, but you know in your heart if you're showing up or not. And someday that noise will really be gone. And the uniforms, they'll stop showing up in the laundry. The homework will no longer cover the table. Their bedrooms will stay clean because they're no longer living in them. They'll get the quiet we thought we wanted so many years ago. So tonight, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to recognize the noise and I'm going to enjoy it just a little longer. Here's a question before I sign off. When your children remember being raised by you, when they look back, will they mostly remember being corrected? Will they remember the mom and the dad that encouraged them, showed them that they understood them, and built them into exactly what they were capable of becoming? Again, guys, hope you take what you want out of this and leave the rest. I hope this helps somebody along the line. But just keep showing up. Show up. Good night, guys.